Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Pradeep. I'm visiting Aditya Birla Education Academy. I would welcome all of you to this wonderful session on pedagogical challenge for academic leaders, paving the way for the future. This session is being conducted by Mr. A.P. Sharma, who is the principal of Aditya Birla School, Birla Public School, Doha. Having served as principal for more than 18 years in various schools of great standing and repute in India, Sharma has won several awards and honors. The awards include the CBSE Award for Outstanding Contribution to the Field of Education, National Award for the Valuable Services to the Community as a Teacher of Outstanding Merit from the Honorable President of India, and Global Teachers Award. He has been active in several higher order academic pursuits, such as serving as a member of Niti Aayog Committee for Atal Tinkering Lab. We welcome you, Mr. Sharma. Please take over.
So good evening, everyone. And I think in Gulf countries, it is good afternoon. You will be surprised to see my new book, maybe, but I'm thankful. I think there are more than 50 principals from India and abroad. I welcome you all. This particular situation has emerged, and it's a very unanticipated situation. And in this situation, when I received a call from Mr. Pradipto to conduct a workshop, I thought it will be good to take such kind of topic in which we are all dealing with or we are going through. So in the beginning, just I would like to give 2-3 instructions. One thing is, all of you, if possible, will be keeping a pen and paper or pencil or paper with you. And whenever you get to know about one positive thing or any learning, you will make a petal. If you got to know second good thing to learn, you will make second petal, third petal, fourth, fifth, sixth petal. And maybe further, if you learn, you can make leaves and maybe the roots also. The basic idea behind this is that whenever we are listening, if we are involved in one small activity, that can focus our concentration on learning, not listening. Listening and learning are two important things. When we listen to learn, then our focus increases. So in this, first of all, my salute to all teachers who are a significant coronavirus community working from behind the curtain. Thank you, teachers. If doctors are saving the world, teachers are shaping the world. This was one good note I received today, and I thought it to share with all of you. A thank you note for all the teachers who are putting in their efforts during these tough times. Now, in the beginning, for 3 to 5 minutes, I'll be talking a little bit general thing for the leaders. Either principal, vice principal, headmistress, or the coordinators. And then after 5 minutes, I will be coming to those points which are useful for everybody. During this unprecedented situation, it is very important for a leader that he should be visible. He should be visible to, or she should be visible to teachers, students, and parents. This means they should continuously talk to teachers to boost their morale, as well as to students and parents through webinar or maybe the Zoom meeting, whatever is possible, or whatever kind of mechanism you are using. You would have seen most of the leaders from various countries are now coming and talking to their citizens. That really is required for a school community also. And this is expected from a leader, that their presence is felt and their moral boosting talks will always encourage everybody in the system of the school. Manage and support your staff. the continuous process of learning will go, because the recruitment, well-being, paying attention to all you need to know to lead your team remotely, and capacity building of staff. All these things are required. Many of us were thinking that how we will do the capacity building, but yes, thank God the webinars started. But other than that, these are just one day talk and all. There are a few organizations who are running 4 days training session, like ABEA team is also having that. And beside this, you can go on MOOC. Various online courses are available, whether it's Harvard, whether MIT, or from various kind of organizations and universities. These are available on edX, and there are Coursera and so many other platforms from where you can learn something new in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, or 6 weeks. And these courses will keep you engaged. For a leader, it is important that you regularly update the transmission. Whatever you are listening, and listening after verifying, you should communicate it to parents, students, because most of the time, any announcement come from government or any ministry, there are various kind of repercussions and various kind of versions of that particular information reaches to everybody. And finally, what happens that it becomes a Chinese whisper, and then it's calling to the principal or the leader in the institute or organization. So this is very important that regular updates are to be transmitted. Communicate with parents. Parents are our stakeholders. So it is required, because when we started all Zoom classes, all the schools in the world, then initially they do whatever they thought was required. And then there was slowly everything was coming online. So it is required nowadays also that you send template letters plus support for home learning and their child's well-being. The stronger communication a parent has with the school, the more motivated they will be to get involved, particularly in those classes where children are being sent videos and some other kind of material which they cannot really look into or watch without the assistance of parent or an elder. In those cases, it is required that you train or you send a particular kind of template which parents will find useful to help their children. Schools give parents ideas on how to help and support their children at home. And continuous informative communication increases parents' knowledge on the school's overall educational system and program. Manage your daily school routine also. For a leader, it is important that your task allocation is done, staff routine, health and safety assurance, ministry requirements. And it will be very nice if in day or two or maybe once in a week, you keep talking to a few of your staff members asking about their well-being, they feel motivated. And same is with if you go inside some classes as an observer and you talk to students how everything is going, is always good. In Gulf countries, there are particularly ministry requirement, and other countries also, ministry requirements are there, which we have to fill as per whatever is going on in the school about the activities and feedback and everything. This is very important, that you should be honest and transparent on supplying information to stakeholders. Always try that you are honest and transparent. In such kind of cases, if something has gone wrong, it is very important. And it is very important as well as it is required that the head takes the responsibility and correct the thing. Then parents can certainly occupy the place which they require. And activities to keep their morale. Students morale boosters, you must keep sending through WhatsApp or email or whatever it is. Motivational teacher quotes to teachers, motivational quotes are to be sent. And similarly, appreciation for parents also. I've seen many of the staff, teachers, students, parents, everybody is involved right now in this particular kind of system. Coming to teachers, it is very important to know the 21st century learning system. You know it very, very well that right now everybody is guessing for how far this particular scenario will continue. Somebody is saying till September, somebody is saying for 1 year, somebody is saying for 2 years. Remember one thing, I used to teach in economics my students that it's a cause and effect relationship. If we work on cause, then certainly effect can be presumed. For example, I saw one child, he was crying, he was from nursery. I asked him, why are you crying? Very first day he said, sir, I'm having a stomachache. I said, fine. Second day again, I saw the same child is crying. I thought maybe he's having a stomachache. But no, this time he was hungry. He said, I'm hungry, sir, today. Third day I saw again he's crying. I said, what happened today? He said, sir, Rahul pushed me. So very simple thing is here, that effect is same, but cause was different. What does it mean? This means if we know the cause, then we know the effect. This means if he's hungry, he will be crying. If we know somebody has pulled him, then he will be crying. Or maybe he's a stomachache or headache, he will be crying. Same thing is here. There may be different causes coming years. We can't anticipate, like nobody predicted about Corona, but we should be ready. We should be ready to see the effect. And we should be ready for the years to come to develop a particular strategy through which we can really train children. What happens in the beginning, that when the whole thing is started, before that only this model was also there, that collaborator, communication, creator. But the problem started when the collaborator things went into the suspension. You will find that whenever we think of the learning process, it's very important that we reach out to create, communicate, collaborate. Now we have to find the ways that through skills, concepts, attitudes, and actions, how can we devise a system in which everybody is contributing? In this, when we started everything, I searched on Google about various schools and various surveys. And I found that when this Zoom classes or the virtual classes started, or we can say the distance learning started, there were certain kind of surveys in which were indicating certain kind of things. They everywhere, I found and I collected that what kind of problems different schools are facing. The major challenges here were the effectiveness of learning system and style. Earlier, teacher was confident that whatever he is teaching, he interacting or she interacting with children, and his or her style is very popular in the class. Now it's a different scenario. System and style both has changed. This means now they can't see how children are learning. And I've seen one cartoon a few days back that one teacher told that I would like to see tomorrow that everybody is on the screen live, because somebody is putting up any background and then going or photo and then not in front of the system. The child did something that he put a static photograph in front of the camera and he went to play the game, video game maybe. So these are interesting things, how to interact and how we will find that the child is focused and child can really learn everything. Loss of direct interaction, morning assemblies and cultural activities. This was the major problem with most of the schools. I started in my school morning assembly system. Through webinar, every Wednesday and every Sunday, I'm talking to many students. And few of the students are participating in one another activity. Teacher is presenting some kind of video or a live presentation is being, maybe you can have news also. So this will be a system in which children will find most important thing, that what is missing in comparison to when we were having a live school and now we are not into school. So the morning assemblies, any school can start. And this is very important because children are missing social interaction among students also. When interaction will start, one child can ask also question, and sometimes you can have some kind of a brainstorming sessions. One more thing is missing is practical and vocational education. Now children are not coming to the lab and we have to find out the solution. How to get away with this kind of problem where vocational education can't provide it. We can't show them continuous animations and we can't show them pick and fix and all. This is theory again, but to bring them into practical, we have to think. This is a major challenge. Children with special need, this is a very big concern. I'm the member of CBSE committee for CWS in children. And we found that this is a major challenging because even differential learning was not that much effective and possible in classroom situation. Now it has become more difficult to reach out to children with special need, as well as if in a one particular class, there are children with different kind of issue, to reach out to them and then accordingly trying to fulfill their whatever requirements are. Here it is required. The solution is here that there should be a system device when if you have already identified special children, then the counselor can come into the picture and we can allot a separate session for students. Then only we are helping every child of the school. Teacher training, I have already told. Life skills and sports. Sports, of course, not possible. For how many days not possible? We cannot predict. Exams and assignments. Yeah, now many such kind of applications are coming in which you can conduct assignments and examinations. In the beginning, it was possible that only objective type of questions can be done. But now such kind of apps have already come in the market where you can write something and you can put inside. And of course, this problem can be resolved. Screen time becoming more. Again, we have to find the solution because it is required for eyes of a child as well as the brain of a child that after every 40 minutes, he needs to get 10 to 15 minutes rest and not more than 3 to 4 hours. However, there is no scientific research which shows that what is the actual time for which a child can be exposed in front of the screen. But still, we try to minimize it by giving them some kind of work, which I will be discussing in my coming slides. So this was the disruption model. This is very interesting model that whenever there is an emergence of disruption, what to do. The second step will be the impact, the effectiveness of existing tools, obviously rhyme of learning ecology, learner and teacher relationship, credibility of curriculum, stability of infrastructure, and emotions. It's very important for school system teacher to work on this so that they can recalibrate the learning methods, curriculum, mapping. Obviously, now, whenever you are thinking of curriculum continuity and you are thinking that we will show the practical, we will show the activity, that is not possible. All those things are to be calibrated within the curriculum so that we can reach out and related infrastructure, budget, all those things are important. Cultural education. Now, what is the thing that will evolve? The evolution will be how, where, and why people learn self-criticism as an industry capacity for imagination. We have to think as a teacher, as a leader, that what are the areas in which we can come up and we can really find the solutions. Human demand innovation, purpose of education. And now I am coming to the solutions for which everybody is looking for. It's very important that we start doing this exercise of rational logic, synthesis, and creative intuition. Creative intuition is very important. Every child has some intuition, and this intuition he or she works. But if we stop his thinking, then the whole intuition will stop and there will be no creativity. So she will find that only I have to look at the camera, I have to look at the monitor, and then I have to note down and I have to understand, I have to answer certain kind of questions. This is killing of intuition. This is anticipated that through this is a big challenge. So you have to give them challenge to respond. And when they respond, slowly, they will adapt to the new learning system. And when they will adapt to the new learning system, they will rethink and redesign. So what should be the new learning system? New learning system should be this one, where we are talking about the effective strategies. The first is design think. I will talk on design think towards end, because that is the most important aspect of the education system now, which will work. Experiential learning with modification. We were talking about experiential learning when child was exposed to certain kind of experiments. And through experiments, learning by doing was happening. But now we have to modify it because children are not coming to school and we cannot see actually what is happening. But there is a modification. One of the school in UK have started this, and it was very interesting. They said that small things with small activities we have to start. For example, I told children that tomorrow you go with your mom in the kitchen and try to prepare the tea. And whenever you are preparing the tea, you have to write every step. That first you put the water, that what did you put, after that what did you put, and why didn't you put everything in the beginning. Now it is related to physics, chemistry, that boiling point is to be achieved. If you add everything in the beginning, then the boiling point will increase. Then it is related to taste also, that the taste of this tea will not be that good because the fragrance, aroma of tea leaves will. Now what to put at what time, child will learn. Few will certainly commit mistakes, but next day when you will talk, they will learn something. Second day you can tell them, okay, today you go and try to prepare some vegetable or try to prepare salad, not big thing. Come out of kitchen, tell them, okay, if you have an old computer or if you have any old instrument, open it and try to see it. What is in it and what is there which is working and which is not working. There are so many things, and that by this children will start learning. If you can imagine, many of you would have opened your alarm clock when you were at the age of 5, 6 or 7, that who is the person inside or who is the insect inside who is running this dial, and the both hands of this alarm clock is moving just out of the curiosity. And many of you would have seen maybe the instruments, music, everything is coming out of radio. Who is in the radio? And you saw one day cockroach and you thought maybe he is there. So the thing is, there are so many things that which are very easily can be organized at home also. So experiential learning with modification is required. Skill training. This is very important. Resilience. How to teach resilience. For this, very important for every leader and teacher, especially leader, the principal, is to communicate with parents. In the beginning of the session, I talked to parents and I told the parents, dear parents, do not watch continuous news on the TV, because many of you are looking at what is the death toll. What is the death toll in US? What is the death toll in UK? What is the death toll in India? How many more patients? So this is not a cricket score which you are looking like an update after every hour or every 2 hours. It is going to reduce your immunity system. And if your immunity is reduced watching all these, then there are chances of you being affected by any other disease. I wish good for everybody, but this is important that when children see that their parents are not happy, their parents are sad, their parents are tensed, they will also feel tensed. And they will think that, okay, Corona is tension, Corona means stress. And these small children will be subjected to certain kind of situation. How to start collaboration? You can divide one particular project among 4 students. Okay, you have to prepare a boat which is in the sea. Now they are not preparing boat actually, but the thinking process is going on through chat that what should be there in boat. One child can prepare also one paper boat, and other children can actually tell them that, okay, this is required. 5 children can narrate a story. Like many of you would be having that activity where it is called like web. That one child start the one sentence, another person is starting second sentence, third person third sentence, fourth, and trying to make a story which is meaningful. So here also collaboration is coming. Adaptability. See, this particular generation, I saw there was a very interesting kind of nomenclature by the talented consultancy Copenhagen, and they said this particular generation is FOBA, FOBA, having fear of being alone. And then many of them are having FOMO, FOMO, means fear of missing out. Now, these two things are there. This means there is lack of adaptability among this generation. And it is very much required that at this moment, we need to help them to adapt and to have the resilience power, critical thinking and problem solving. Many of you know many kind of definitions. But let me tell you, I saw the survey and I noticed there are few factors which we cannot run or which are very difficult to run during Zoom class or virtual learning. Because you know, critical thinking goes through observation, analysis, interpretation, reflection, evaluation, then inference and explanation. This is the whole process of critical thinking. But how can we have the focus on interpretation and reflection? Analysis we can do. So how to do in these particular times that you put up certain kind of problems in which you are taking interpretation of children online where 4 or 5 children are interpreting and tell all others to reflect. So all others are reflecting. And then next day you are analyzing. This means in this virtual classroom, you need more time. Once in a week, you have to deal with developing critical thinking among children through this exercise. And then problem solving, most of the people think critical thinking, problem solving are same, but you have to adopt new approach. Not only adopt, you have to adapt to the new approach. In skill research, it is found that teamwork, collaboration, plus emotional intelligence, risk management, and thinking. This is problem solving concept. But here all three parts are to be done in isolation. Child wants to do the teamwork, but without looking at somebody else, without joining hand with them. Emotional intelligence, they are already suffering with certain kind of emotional imbalance. It is required during this time. That risk management, very difficult to find out, but two aspects of this, like work and emotional intelligence. You can tell them that among you also you can have a Zoom talk. And during Zoom talk, you discuss on this particular problem and try to solve it. They can do it in isolation, looking at each other's face, like we are talking. We are happy. Then come the skyfold approach. Very interestingly, this approach has been thrown by me only in the education system. And this is very interesting approach. This approach is like a skyfold, which has no limit. The continuous process of thinking. In continuous process of thinking, it happens, for example, if you put the seed of the inquisitiveness of inquiry in every child's mind, then this seed will come. For example, I told in one of my class that try to make a bouncing ball which never stops or continue. Now work on this. Children started working on material, Googling up this, that. You can give them challenges. Any kind of throwing the challenge is the skyfold approach, where you can put up any kind of problem, any kind of aspect, they will try to imagine. And there is no limit and to that particular thing. Prime foundation neurons. This is in my talk most important point beside design thinking. You know, the neurons are basic working units of brain. A specialized cell designed to transmit information to other nerve cells, and 86 billion neurons are there. And 90% of the child's brain develops by age of 5 years. Why few of European countries are doing very well? Because they are concentrating on personality building till the age of 5. Whatever traits are developed in the brain of a child, those are fundamental and foundation level. That will continue. And at that level, pruning is required. The pruning in the brain happens 3 times. First, when he is in teenage, again when he reaches 25 years. And after that, pruning starts slowing down. This means whatever fundamental characteristics and character building you can do with a child till the age of 5, the child will turn into a great personality. Hence, all of us have to work at this level. During adolescence, also pruning is done, But during this time, we have to tell child developing all kind of skills, focusing, learning, editing, as well as anything related to learning process. And that will continue for many years to come. Emotional quotient. I did talk about emotional quotient in the beginning. I will just uh, add it with the artistic imagination. Tell children to make something, give them idea, make a scenery where there are some children. Make it. Don't guide them. What should be there. Now, when children will start putting up their artistic presentation, most of their emotions will reflect in art. And that's why CBSE has also introduced art as one of the compulsory subject. That is the integration of art in all subjects. It is required for artistic imagination. And these are the effective strategies. Bloom's domains of learning. 95% of teachers in Europe accepted that, yes, sir, out of these 3 domains of the Bloom, affective domain is being neglected during virtual classes. It is very difficult to reach out to the affective domain. Why? Because affective domain is in characterizing, organizing, valuing, responding, receiving. Because beside everything, his beliefs, values, and attitudes are getting affected due to the whole system, due to whatever is happening in the world. You know it very well that the beliefs are spiritual, moral, social, intellectual, economic, political. All these things are in mess. All religious places are closed. This means somewhere the message, the God is in our heart. We have to trust that. And we have to do the values. Values are abstract principles. We have to teach them about harmony, freedom, honesty, equality. All this very difficult to teach, even to small students of tiny tots. But it's required that we reach out to affective domains effectively, either through morning assemblies or certain kind of worksheets. 3 components, we know it very well, that the cognitive, what we believe, affective, our feelings, and behavior learning associates. So whatever values are to be put in there, in among the children, we have to throw some kind of seeds over there so that children try to make and water them with their emotions and come out. What to do? Examples of learning outcomes and affective domain: to display a willingness to communicate well with parents and students. Teacher has to show that their affective domain is also ignited in these particular situations also, which are not favorable. So to display the willingness, if somebody wants to talk, you should be more to relate to participants in an ethical and human manner. Whenever in classroom also, virtual classroom also, you are talking, you should be very careful what you are talking. Are you hurting somebody? And how you are valuing and what you are valuing. Third thing is very important: to resolve conflicts, issues between personal beliefs and ethical considerations. Many children nowadays are talking to counselors. I have observed in one of the survey that the most of the counselors are talking about the children's personal beliefs and ethical considerations. They are into a stigma, very different kind of situation where they are able to resolve these issues. So teacher has to, or the counselor has to come in to resolve their conflicts and to put their trust in the Almighty, put their trust in the humanity, put their trust in society, put their trust in beliefs and ethical considerations. To embrace a responsibility, positive values, and having resilience. This I talked before also. Teachers are becoming learning facilitators. Their role is shifting from instructing students to helping students. This is a role change. Try to read the lines. Try to read between the lines. So this is a teacher's role. I saw it somewhere and I found it very interesting. However, it was done well before. This cartoon was shared well before, and I didn't that time think that it will come or it will be very useful. But nowadays it is very important. Teacher has to manage all the roles. Now, these are tips for teachers. You go on UNESCO website and try to see that what are the steps or tips motivating learners during remote learning due to COVID-19. Few people know about this particular, but since I am attached to UNESCO, I came to know about it, and I was in the panel of discussion when we were deciding about this. Set clear goals with the participation of learners. It's very simple. Assist learners to set goals. Very theoretical, but if you will go through, you will find it interesting. Second one is define the purpose of each lesson. Every day when you are teaching, every teacher is teaching. It is required that every day teacher has to relate to that particular lesson to somewhere practical life. And if they can generate something out of this particular lesson, anything related to present, it will be very good. But always be positive. Tell children in your talk, things will change. Things will change. And things will change very soon. However, you know, every time various governments are putting lockdown for 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, 15 days, again 15 days, lockdown 1, 2, 3, 4. Till what time it will happen? Nobody knows. When the schools will reopen, what will happen? People are still talking, maybe that there will be 2 shifts, 3 shifts. I've seen one very interesting kind of video from Chinese schools where the children are moving inside wearing certain kind of the mask, which is just matching their school uniform, maybe the part of school uniform, having the headgears, and when they are entering, there are 3-4 exercises which they are doing. I believe nothing this is going to happen. All the things will be resolved. There are many people who are working behind and working for the humanity. Invite, challenge, and respond. Tell children, you tell how you can resolve this problem. Whether it is related to COVID-19 or any other question or any other lesson you are doing. In that, all 3 aspects are very important. Then encourage participation, collaboration, creativity. This I have already talked because I did discuss about this in that particular UNESCO meeting. And customize learning. That is that tailor lessons to the interest of learners, provide learners with tools to reduce dependence on the teacher, and engage learners in topics they are interested in. I think I can take 2 or 3 questions here, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions, and then I will come to the next topic. Is going to be very interesting. So,
1 minute. I'll just take the questions. Mr. Sharma, there are quite a number of questions that has come up. One is, how much screen time is acceptable for primary and secondary school?
see, I already told that no scientific research has come till now that how much screen time is there. You know it well that primary school children very easily they get involved with the the Cartoon Network and all kind of things at home for not less than 2 to 3 hours. So this means they are habitual of looking at a screen for 2 to 3 hours. So I will advise to reduce it for smaller children. It is important that if you give video talks, and with video, if you want to explain something, is much better. This means in virtual class, you are showing video and then explain. That helps child to correlate both the things. He's not looking at you how you are acting. He's looking at video and listening you. That is a good idea. But not more than 3.5 hours or 4 hours, child should be subject to the screen. But very soon, good information that there are a few companies who are making eye-friendly screens, because in coming years there may be some different regions and various regions by which and through which child will be subjected to see the screen.
Okay. The next question is, how can we provide online session for children with special need of uneducated or illiterate parents?
See, here it's very important that when we are talking about children with special need, I did talk to you that it is very much essential that this teacher, whosoever is providing education, or the content to these students should take the help of special educators and counselors. And very soon, within 3 years, it will be essential for all the teachers to be a special educator. I'm telling you well in advance. UNESCO is making a plan and is giving to all the governments that minimum requirement for every teacher will be at least knowing basic things about children with special need. And about the illiterate parents, parents should know how to operate, but you know it very well that there are many illiterate parents and their children know about technology, about the mobile and laptop and everything much better than their parents, even much better than us, our generation.
I understand. A question that has been asked is, I think so a teacher, what teacher faces the problem? This gentleman has asked, sir, there are some students who pretend that they are not able to hear when we try to interact with them. They are online throughout the class, but if something is asked, they say they are not able to hear. Please suggest a solution to this.
Very, very simple. See, to certain kind of child, you send the video of recorded video of that session. Tell them that after listening this particular video, you have to ask these 3 questions which I am sending. Child will listen. Like in classroom situation also, you will find such children are physically present, not mentally present. How to deal with them is like this.
Okay. How to carry out assessments online?
Yes, see, assessments, there are 3-4 ideas. One idea was with the Google Classroom, various objective type of questions can be asked, and there are certain kind of apps also through which you can put up the questions, and as soon as child answers, he knows the score and you know the score. But if you want to take a subjective test, few apps have already come, few softwares are already available in market, through which child will write in that particular duration, and you give him the submission time. You give him the submission time. The submission time should be almost equivalent the time required for that particular question or that particular question paper. Maybe that many. Yeah, all of them. I don't want to.
No, I was just thinking that
I don't want to advertise
there is
any company, but every company are giving now assessment tools. Every company. They are preparing assessment tools separately in which subjective questions are done and then are submitted. And submitted through, the scanning or through photo or different kind of systems. It's civil. It is happening.
And how is annotation done on that?
Yeah, it reaches the teacher, and teacher can check. There is in software that possibility is there. He can make circle, he can write, he can give marks, he can correction also. He can do correction and he can send it back. It is available in Google Classroom also. Few things are available in Google Classroom also.
So feedback will be given simultaneously.
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
I hope
you want to carry on with your.
I hope listeners, many of you would have made few petals in your flowers. I will be asking you all to send me towards end. The second exercise is right now try to make a face, means a circle in which 2 eyes means 2 lines, and the lips. Try to make it. If we make any caricature, so can take just hardly 4 seconds. 2 eyes, tick, 1 nose, 1 tick, and then either this kind of a smiley or this kind of thing or this kind of thing. I can guarantee right now more than 97% of you would have made a smiley. A smiley means the lips going up. That shows the human spirit. Human spirit means you should know that things are going to change for good. And during this particular session where we are discussing, if I could bring you to this particular stage when you are smiling, then keep smiling. That is natural for all human beings. And if it is natural for all human beings, communicate it to students and parents also. This is natural to smile. This is natural to happy. This is natural to be optimistic. And being optimistic is most important thing for a teacher. Let's come very interesting things now. Progressive behavior mindset drill. This has been prepared by me. And, when I shared it with the UNESCO people, they liked it like anything. At home, you can tell children, okay, you will make learning flower like you made. So tell children that during learning, whatever one new thing you are learning, then you will make one flower. And I would like to see after 7 days what new things you have learned and how many flowers you are having. Maybe one child has learned how to polish shoes, one flower, how to wash the dishes, more flower, how to say good morning, good evening on proper times, third flower, mistake. If you are doing a mistake, then make a cactus. A skillful smiley. If you are learning more skills, then give yourself a smiley. You are telling child. Calibrating blocks. If you discussed with your friends and you learned something from friend or you taught something to friend, then make a block. One block with one calibration, another block with another calibration. You will see one building will come up. Anger placement. This is interesting. They liked it very much. Whenever you got angry, go to your shoe rack, take out your shoes out, and after 1 minute, put them in. Very interesting. This will make you humble. That you have done anger and you have punished yourself. This is not punishment. But you will know, okay, I have to put out my shoes out of the rack and then I have to put in after 1 minute. This 1 minute will be realization. Now for parent and teachers, there are few teachers who are parents also. They teach only. At home, they are very less in the parent role. Tell your child, teach me today. Teach me today, whatever one thing you want to teach. You teach me that how to use mobile, or teach me how to put photograph on the mobile. Or you teach me not everything related to mobile. You teach me how to polish shoes or anything what child knows. Wishboard. Excuse me. Tell children that put a wishboard that what all you want to do in life, what all you want to do when the lockdown will stop. This means child will come out with a prospective thing and ambition, and the most important thing, with optimistic approach that all these things I will do. Change agent monitor. Tell your child that you are the monitor of the house. You are the monitor of the house, and you will check that nobody is getting angry. You will check everybody is getting up on time in the morning. Everybody is doing workouts. You are the monitor. If you are the monitor, then you have to follow. Innovation trial. Tell your child about this. I will talk in design thing. Planning minister. Tell child that this week you are the planner. You will decide that what will be the vegetables, what will be the dishes, what will be the different kind of desserts will be prepared at home. You tell us. All this will involve the child throughout the day in something productive. Instead of watching and instead of thinking about various kind of cartoons or Instagrams and some other things. And you will be able to stop cyberbullying. They will be collaborating for some good reason. And this whole board was very much appreciated by UNESCO. They are preparing something better than this, I'm quite sure. This is design think. I would like to say about design think that when I was in India, particularly in Delhi for years, so 5 years and 3 years in Doha, for 8 years I am working on design think, and in collaboration with MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, USA, as well as William D. Koenig, Netherlands. With these two universities, I worked, and I found it that design think pedagogy is the pedagogy of future. This pedagogy and can be a workshop on design think pedagogy, but here I am giving you most important things. What is design think? First of all, if we talk about design think into our daily routine, one of the workshops, somebody asked, how can we use design think in daily routine? I said, what is your problem? So that person was a bank manager. He says, generally in the morning, whenever I'm reaching office, mostly for the 60 to 70%, I'm the last person to get in. I said, so how to improve? I said, you do some design. What are the things which are wasting your time early in the next day? Sir, I look for the correct matching shirt or tie and this. I said, you do this thing a previous night. Before sleeping, you do this. That's sir, in the morning, then shoes. I said, you do it a day before. He said, yes, this is perfect. It looks perfect. So design is thinking out of the box, means finding solutions which are not there and which are there also, how to resolve your day-to-day problems and how to bring something new. For example, redesigning your classroom. Now, one teacher wants to be very effective, very effective subject teacher. This teacher can ask students, okay, what is good? One good factor in every teacher of yours who are teaching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Children will give you answer. That ma'am is whenever she's talking, she's smiling also. Okay, so you say that smiling is one factor. Second, ma'am, that teacher is also very good. Whenever he gets in, just he asking and telling us something very humorous in the classroom. Okay, to create humor. This means by taking the help of class students, you can become a better class teacher. But when we come to the design thing in the day-to-day life, and when we come to this as a subject and as a strategy, then it becomes very interesting. Here you will see, if you go to the previous thing, I told you it is very important to have intuition. This means at the first is action. This means you having some intuition. Right now, when everything started in most of the countries, there was problem. There was shortage of masks. When there was shortage of masks, there were many mothers who started making masks at home. Very interesting. There is one company, clothing company, I can't name. That clothing company came up that you can have various colors and designs of mask, particularly for the ladies, that whatever is matching with your dress, you can wear it. Interesting. There were few more things. There is one company who came up, who was the water purifier. They said, okay, this is purifying vegetables, because it was coming in the advisory that whenever you are bringing green vegetables from the mall, from the market, you wash them. So this is one particular instrument which will wash. Very interesting. Maybe we'll be washing 100% or not, I don't know. But somebody thought of it and then it started this. I saw a video that now the companies who are in aviation, just for the disinfection, they have introduced one particular kind of apparatus which goes inside the cabin and slowly moving and then removing all whatever is not required. Very interesting. This means necessity is the mother of invention and innovation. If we put that seed of necessity in the mind of child will start learning. And this intuition will turn into looking back on the action or observation or gathering data. Through this, the analysis comes. This means in third stage, there will be analysis, and fourth stage, there will be design, and fifth stage, prototype. Very fast I went, but when I will give you example, will be very interesting. In one of the school, I told all the teachers to prepare a rocket. And there were around 100 teachers. Everybody except one teacher prepared aeroplane. You know, all of you know that how we used to prepare aeroplane, paper aeroplane. Only one teacher could prepare rocket. There is a difference between rocket and aeroplane. Another school I went, because we are very much prejudiced. We are very much prejudiced with our own concepts. We don't want to learn and we don't want to expose ourselves. The child need it. In another school I went, I took the sub children. I told that, okay, prepare aeroplane. All of them prepare aeroplane. And I said, in plane, I want three things. First of all, in first time, you will prepare aeroplane which will go to the higher altitude. This is the only concept. Children prepared. Somebody prepared, it went high altitude. Second, I said, I want an aeroplane which should travel more. 1, 2 or 3 children were very interestingly making it that its wings are a little bit bigger. Third was that it should move fast. And ultimately, I told them that, okay, whatever aeroplane you have made, try to make it. Interestingly, when they were flying first time, second time, they they folded and molded little bit their wings, and they were trying. There was one child who rubbed it on the surface and it made the wings flat, and his aeroplane was the winner. This means during this activity, child improvise themselves. So going high, traveling more time, and fast, combine all three is one concept. But we explained it through different kind of three prototypes. So they picked up the best of three prototypes to make one prototype, a good aeroplane, which can go high, which can travel more, and which can go fast. Similarly, you can give your children various kind of activities which children can absorb themselves to prepare a particular prototype, and not every time it is required a prototype. There may be a concept. Why you are washing hand for 20 seconds only? 20 seconds, from where this 20 second came? And are you washing hands with the water? Is that enough? Or with some kind of any other lotion that is required? Scientists is working on it. But somewhere, somehow, one thing came, that 20 seconds. Similarly, after some time, you will find that few things will become norms. Through this epidemic and through this pandemic, we learned one most important thing, that how to follow the hygiene. And I think that will be great learning for all of us. So in design think, you will find there are 5 phases of the design think process. First is, I have a challenge. First of all, you should not feel, or child should not feel, that whatever I have made is good. Tell him to make a boat. Then interpret it. How do I interpret it? Child will interpret that this boat is having this surface. Okay. Then you have created it. So how do I create? What do I create? I created a boat. Tell the child to put the boat into the water. There was an observation of this particular exercise and this particular practical, that 70% of students found that their boat was not flat. So it was moving here and there. So I have an idea how to build it. Next time when they did, they try to evolve it in a better process to made it flat. They made it flat. Just like I gave you the example of aeroplane, that they made it flat. So looking at every concept, how the Wright brothers started from wrong brothers and came, Wright brothers was design think. How we started from telephone and to reach to the mobile is design think. And design think is very, very important. I have told few children, I tell my children that whenever you are coming to the school, most important they should feel happy. So before that, you go to the mirror, tell yourself, I'm the best. Catch your tie knot and then tell, I'm the best. So there is a kind of thinking going to the subconscious mind that you are the best. Best means you are the best version of yourself. What does it mean? This means just like iPhone 1, iPhone 2, iPhone 3, iPhone 4. So if your name is Altaf, then you are Altaf 1, Altaf 2, Altaf 3. So your competition is with yourself. This is also part of one very small part of design think, that you are changing your attitude. Looking at different things, you can't feel yourself satisfied. This is now interesting thing for smaller children, particularly for primary classes. For higher classes also, you can have virtual week timetable. Okay, one day, Monday, for small children, I'm telling, pajama day. You wear pajama and post your best pic. Very interesting. Next day, Tuesday, you do something interesting. You do some workout and post. Wednesday, you read a book and tell which book you are reading. That book will continue for many days. But reading the book and that photograph will tell child to read a book. Another day, challenge your mom, play pillow game. Anything can happen. I have few more, and all these have been picked up from different schools in different part of countries. Try country virtual, try county virtual spirit week. Monday, my health Monday. Wednesday, work space Wednesday. Friday, last one is more interesting. Virtual spirit week. One day you make a crown, child is making a crown. Tuesday, what he is doing, paste a pic with a book. Thursday, what he is doing, post a video of performing a talent. You are having green day, yellow day, mango day, this day, that day. Every day, if you will involve child with certain kind of interesting thing, certain kind of interesting exercise, you are doing your work. All cultural activities are happening. Your child that show and tell, do this show and tell at home, prepare the video and send it. At least child is not fear at home. You are able to see much bigger talents, and who is preparing, parents are also preparing them. I have seen on Mother's Day, I saw many good clicks on various school platforms and FBs and all. Amazing. Children are great artists. So in these days also, when virtual classes are going on, they can really do great things. Last, we are in the profession of changing habits. We are teachers and we are in the profession of changing habits. But what about our own? This is a question for you, all of you, to think. Let's rethink, reshape, and redesign. Thank you very much. The forum is open for questions.
Let me just check out if there are some questions. It's actually, your ideas were really excellent, you know.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very nice ideas. It was so much of take back from all these ideas that you were giving.
I think many would have made good, beautiful flowers.
Thinking that
I'm sure. I don't see, because it is only again the assessments and all. So it's the same thing which you had already
Most
mentioned.
of the
So
questions I was raising and I was answering also. Surbhi ma'am,
so,
good evening.
Good evening, sir.
No, Mr. Sharma, we don't find any questions. Okay, there is one question. Could you please suggest a website where we can know more about design thinking?
Yeah, you put up, you just go on Google and check with these two universities, MIT University and William D. Koning Academy, Netherlands. On their websites, you will find, and even if now also, if you will put up design thinking, on their websites, you will find a lot of material, but if you will put, design think, a lot of material will come. Now, CBSE also introduced design think nowadays from this coming session. And I was one of the person who was after it to put it in CBSE curriculum also. As a resource person, I tell you that design think is one beautiful approach which can start, which can be initiated with small examples. Like I gave you of the aeroplane, I gave you of the design think in our day-to-day life. But that's an idea and which will continue for throughout. And we should train our children, not those Corona holidays. Few children are calling these Corona holidays. What is going on Corona holidays? But still we are learning. So that these things will continue.
What is the name of the second university, Mr. Sharma, you mentioned?
William D. Koning Academy, Netherlands.
Okay.
And take care of affective domain. That is very, very important.
And I think so Coursera also is doing lots of courses on design thinking.
Now design think, everybody is doing many things, but these universities who started, MIT, this is one of the KRA for all the professors and students to achieve.
Oh, it's so nice to see. One of the teachers have written, "My flower is blooming bright, very bright as of now."
Oh, great, great. So all of you who have made flowers more than 5 petals can put in chat that my flower is ready, my flower is ready.
Uh-huh.
Somebody has made 2 flowers, I will be more than happy. In chat, you can put how many flowers you could make.
Mr. Sharma, one of the teachers have written, 1 minute. So has CBSE made available on their website the syllabus for skill subjects in 6 to 8?
Yeah, 6 to 8 syllabus is ready. Only thing is that they have told that 6 to 8, this is not as a subject they are putting other. They are telling some number of very less minimum hours a child should study. But in whole process, they want that teacher should learn these, these skills and to put this into the integration of other subjects.
Wonderful. There is a question, can we collaborate with your school if they are introducing design thinking mapped to their curriculum?
Most welcome.
If you could just tell your email ID to the participants, they can always get in touch with you.
Yes, it is principal@bpsdoha.com. Principal@B for Bangalore, P for Punjab, S for Shimla, Doha, DOHA.com. Principal@bpsdoha.com. So in chat, we are getting flowers. Great.
No, sir, we're not getting just flowers, we're getting bouquets of flowers.
Yes. Yes.
So that's how how engaging your session has been. I like to just share with everybody that Mr. Sharma leads one of the most prestigious schools in all of Doha and works with more than 7,000 students. And I've been to his school and I've seen a whole line of parents line up for admission, and it is so easy to see, see why that happens. You are such an inspiring leader, sir, and your session today was so clear and to the point and full of so many practical examples of what you do and what we can do as school leaders to, adapt to these unprecedented times. In your words, I should say not adopt, but adapt, which you rightly pointed out. What I also really liked about your session today, sir, was that teachers are now becoming learning facilitators. I think it's such a strong and powerful thought that you shared with us. Thank you so much for outlining how we can get into this new role. We're really, really grateful for you for taking the time out and doing this valuable session with us. And on behalf of the Aditya Birla Education Academy, I would also thank the participants for joining us for this session. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. Always my pleasure.
You did such
Thank you, participants.
Questions. Otherwise, we're usually left with answering lots and lots of questions.
So that's why I prepared my slide. I raised questions myself and then I answered.
Yeah, that's true.
The most important was like experiential learning and all, because few aspects were missing. So how to reinvent that? That was more important.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, and thank you very much for giving me opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, participants, all the principals, teachers, vice principals, everyone, all the educators. Thank you so much. Your presence has motivated me, inspired me. My gratitude. Please accept my gratitude.
Thank you.
Thank you.